What's going on, everybody? Tobin here, 5M Family Homestead Channel. Thank you for watching this video. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to show y'all how to fix or repair subfloor or flooring, interior flooring in a trailer house or a mobile home. We have lived in our house for about 8 years now, and I've had to fix the subfloor there a couple times, and the main reason is because and if you're having problems with it in your house, check into this. We didn't know in the beginning what kept causing the floor to fail and to get soft. All the AC ducts underneath our house were metal. This house is 20 years old, and those AC ducts began to get holes and rusted spots and cracks in them, and when the AC would push air through there, it would collect air from outside and add it to it, and that would cause moisture, and that moisture over time would cause the floor to fail. The flooring, subfloor flooring, whatever you want to call it, into the trailer house is a compressed like fiberboard, and moisture, it does not mix well with moisture, so that's what caused the problem. We spent a lot of money last year and had a company come out and replace all the ducts underneath the house, and there's one spot that's left that I need to fix. This should be the last one until, I mean, probably until we ever still live in this house. So gonna fix it real quick, and I just thought I might share with you guys. Thought y'all might want to know how to do it. It's not that hard, and you don't need a lot, just a few basic tools and some supplies. So I got a piece of particle board. You can use plywood, but I've used particle board the whole time and had good luck with it. I got some 2x4s, and then you're gonna need screws and just some basic tools. If you're a handy person or DIY person like me, you'll probably have them, but I'm not gonna go into great detail. Lost my light. I'm not gonna go into great detail on everything I've got, but you're gonna need a drill, saw, screws, a straight edge or some kind of level. A big square will help too, to cut the holes out. Just stuff like that. I mean, like I said, if you watch the video, you'll kind of see what I use, but that's the main stuff. So I'm gonna go in there. The family right now is pulling up the carpet for me. We're going to eventually tear out the carpet in this room, and so we've pulled it up a couple times to fix other spots. So we'll pull it up, fix this spot, lay it back down, and in the springtime, when things slow down for us, we're probably gonna put some kind of vinyl flooring in this entire room, this is our living room, like family room area. So all right, y'all, I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna get my tools together, go in there, and I'll show y'all what we got. All right, so this little blue circle right here is where the actual problem is at. Well, the kids put a circle there for us so we wouldn't step on it anymore. It was getting pretty soft, as you can tell. If you see there's the AC vent there, and then there's another AC vent there, and if you look, you'll see it better here in a minute, but that's in line with the original ducts that ran under the trailer house. And you can see we've already repaired some of that over there, and this piece is one of the last ones that needs to be fixed. So the first thing that I always do is get everything laid out and square. If you get the hole cut square, it's just going to make it easier cutting the new piece that goes in there. If you get it all kind of sideways and wonky, it's just going to be a little bit harder to measure it and cut it right to get it to fit in there correctly. So I'm using a big square and a level for a straight edge, and just you'll see here in a minute doing some measuring just to get everything as square as possible. Not perfect, but pretty close. This piece right here that I was hitting on didn't seem to have any problem with it, but since it's between a piece I've already replaced and the piece I'm going to replace, I'm just going to go ahead and do all of it at one time. So I've got everything marked up and the way I want it, so now it's time to cut it. A couple things to note here: make sure your saw blade is set to where it's not very deep, so you don't accidentally cut something underneath the floor that you don't see. And then another thing that I've started doing is using a vacuum cleaner, like you see here, shop vac, to get some of the dust and prevent the whole house from being covered in dust. First few times I did this, we had dust everywhere in the house. It would just shoot up, and float around the house. So this definitely helps with that. Get that hole cut out and just go nice and slow. You might run into some staples or nails that were used for the original flooring. That's not uncommon. See, Easton here's doing the vacuum again for me, and just about got it cut out. So this is by far the longest process, or longest part of the process rather, is just getting the original subfloor up. When they build trailer houses, they glue the subflooring down to the floor joist and then staple them, and they use a lot of staples. So getting that particle board will stick to that joist, and it's kind of difficult to get it off there. I'll show you here in just a second what I use to speed it up a little bit, but there's really nothing that you can do to make it super fast. You just got to take your time and really get all that stuff off there. If you don't, the new piece will not go down properly. So I picked up this little masonry tool. It works really well. The claw end of the hammer also works really well. You just got to go slow and get that particle board, fiber board that's down, just get it up and get you So I'm going to cut this last piece here. Waited to do that till the end so I could see that joist underneath there. I'm cutting it right along the closer edge of that joist, and I'll put a piece in there later that you'll see that will support the new subfloor. You can see it's a pretty clean little cut there, just right along. So this is our completed hole, squared up as much as possible. Went out and cut some 8 and 6 inch pieces of 2x4, and then a long piece that's about 24 inches. All those are going to be used as bracing so that this subfloor does not give where the two pieces meet, where the new piece meets and the old piece meets. These little clamps right here, these are DeWalt brand, but you can get them anywhere. Highly recommend those for any kind of projects, but this specifically, they work really well for. So this is another tedious part, just securing all these parts with a lot of screws. See here, I've got them all the way around all sides, and then pieces on the joist just for good measure. You can see here, I actually marked where the pieces are, so when I lay down my new piece of subfloor, I'll have a better idea where they are, and I can put the screws in the new pieces of subfloor. Got this piece cut. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I cut it once and it was a little bit too long. Had to go back out and just trim a little bit off of it. And then now it's just time to screw that piece in. Again, lots of screws. Screws are cheap, and you don't want that floor making noise or moving or anything in the future. So just if anybody asks, no issues with this flooring creaking, making any kind of noise. It's very much in place, and as you can tell, we've repaired it multiple times and no issues. Hopefully this will be our last time to repair this area, because the ducts are now fixed. All right, everybody, so got that little part fixed. There's a few more things I'm gonna do in the house, but I'm not gonna show that to y'all. Hope this helps y'all. It's not as hard as you would think. The main part is bracing everything up with the 2x4s. really well, and that's going to keep it all together and braced up and not failing anywhere else. It's just going to feel like it's one continuous piece of subfloor. I do have a place in our bathroom. It's one of the very first places I fixed when we moved in here, and that was the first one I fixed. I didn't really brace it as well. I did, but just not as well as I did on this one or others, and I might have to take that one up at some point and fix it. But the good thing is it's not in a very high traffic area. The spots that are in high traffic areas will give out much quicker than places that aren't. So hope this helps y'all. If it does, please leave a comment below. Let us know if you've tried it or if this is something that's helpful to you. Please consider subscribing. It doesn't cost you anything, and it just helps our videos get seen more. Hit that thumbs up button as well. That also helps our videos get seen more. We appreciate it, and we'll see y'all again.